Recently, I came across a tweet that made me reflect on how the best players are driven not just by the pressure to perform, but by their genuine love and enjoyment of the game. When players truly love what they're doing, they're more relaxed, focused, and open to growth. It's this intrinsic motivation that fuels long-term success and helps athletes push through tough times, making them ultimately better on the pitch. In this video, I want to talk the number one mistake young players make as they go about their football journey. It's a mistake many players make and one that can be solved with a simple shift in mindset. But first, let me share something with you that I think is really important. Alongside football, I've been dedicating a lot of time and effort to what you're watching right now, YouTube. And one of the biggest lessons I've learned from successful creators is this: do it because you love it. What they never say is to create videos because you want fame, money, or millions of followers. Likewise, the best advice for young footballers who dream of playing professionally is to genuinely love the game. Because too often, younger players focus too much on making it and too little on their love for football itself. They get entangled upon maybe the status they can get in school and other stuff like that. This is all the perfect recipe for failure. Now, something that really kills young players is that they set really high expectations before matches. I know many of you do this. You go into a game and tell yourself, I need to score a goal to have a good game, or I need to get at least one assist. That's such a limiting view of success. There are so many ways to impact a match without scoring, but this mindset is setting a dangerous trap, something called a negative feedback loop. And it's one of the most common mental barriers young footballers face. Here's why it's so harmful. If you fail to meet that self-imposed goal, doubt creeps in. Instead of focusing on what you did well, let's say your passing, defensive work, or movement, you fixate on what you missed, like a missed shot. This can spiral into overthinking, which affects your confidence, decision-making, and ultimately your performance. Psychologists explain that this loop amplifies fear of failure and diminishes self-belief, creating mental hurdles that are harder to overcome with each setback. Even elite-level players have experienced this. Rashford of Man United, for instance, has openly discussed how poor form combined with external expectations caused him to doubt his abilities during rough patches. Rashford admitted that focusing on goals and stats rather than his overall impact on the game created further struggles. So what can you do instead? Here are 5 simple goals I want you to try in your next match. 1. Encourage your teammates as much as possible. 2. Be confident and aggressive with your dribbles or shots. 3. Win the 50-50 challenges and track back defensively. 4. Communicate loudly and clearly with your team. 5. When you make a mistake, bounce back and focus on the next play. Do you know what's different here? These are all things you can control. Whether the coach gives you 90 minutes or you score a goal, those are less in your control. Studies in sports psychology show that athletes who focus on controllable goals report higher levels of resilience, reduced anxiety, and improved long-term performance compared to those who fixate on specific outcomes. Now you might be wondering, does that mean I shouldn't aim for the highest level? No, of course you should. Dream big and work hard, but when you obsess over the destination, whether it's signing a contract or making a top academy, you lose sight of what truly matters, the process. Before we wrap up, I want to talk about something that might surprise you. Making football your entire identity can be a big mistake. It's natural to get deeply invested in something you love. Football can become more than a sport. It can become a passion, a purpose, even a sense of belonging. But when you make it your entire identity, you risk falling into an unhealthy mental trap. Research shows that athletes who tie their self-worth directly to the performance on the field are more vulnerable to stress, anxiety, and calling it quits early. The pressure to always succeed causes these issues, and I'm not talking about issues just on the pitch, but issues outside of the pitch too. Instead of letting football consume your entire sense of self, it's essential to develop a broader identity. Diversifying your passions and focusing on personal growth outside of the game can give you a stronger mental foundation and ultimately make you a better player. For example, spending time with family and friends can create a reliable support system, offering emotional stability that helps you cope with the pressures of the game. Pursuing hobbies outside of football, like learning a language or engaging in another sport, not only keeps your mind fresh, but also helps you develop new skills. Or even building yourself up financially, like learning to run a business, can help you expand yourself as a person. Having a well-rounded lifestyle helps you avoid defining yourself by your football performance alone. This will actually make you stronger as a footballer. A balanced approach helps you stay motivated in the long run without the crushing weight of trying to live up to an identity tied solely to your performance on the pitch. Now listen to this powerful message superstar Tom Brady talks about.
I'm that the guys ahead of me were getting more opportunity than I was. There was a certain amount of repetitions in practice. The starter would get 20, the backup would get 10, and I would get 2. And I'd go in and I'd say, well, how can I ever get better? All these guys get all the reps and I only get 2. And he said, just go in there and focus with the 2 that you got and make them as perfect as you possibly can. So I said, okay. So that's what I did. They'd put me in for those 2. Man, I'd sprint in there like it was Super Bowl 49. Let's go, boys. Here we go. What play we got? And I did really well with those 2 because I brought enthusiasm. I brought some energy, and I had a little more confidence in myself. And it went from 2 reps to getting 4 reps because those 2 were pretty good. Then I had 4 good reps. Then I got 10 good reps. And before you knew it, through this new attitude, through this new shift that Greg had said to me, focus on what you can control. Focus on what you're getting, not what anyone else is getting.
Let's quickly recap everything we talked about because these ideas can truly transform your football journey. First, remember the power of loving the game. When you play out of passion, not just pressure, you unlock a new level of focus, joy, and growth that pushes you through tough moments. Second, ditch the obsession with stats and specific outcomes. Instead, set controllable goals like supporting your teammates, winning challenges, and bouncing back from mistakes. These small wins build confidence and resilience over time. Third, don't let football become your entire identity. It's amazing to be passionate, but you'll perform better when you build a balanced life. Spend time with family, explore hobbies, and develop yourself off the pitch, whether it's learning a new skill, finding a side hustle, or just growing as a person. And finally, remember this, success is about the journey, not just the destination. Dream big and work hard, but don't let the fear of failure or external pressure weigh you down. Focus on what you can control and the results will come. Here's something to think about. All the greats, from Messi to Mbappe, faced challenges in their journey. What made them rise above wasn't just talent. It was their love for the game, the ability to learn from mistakes, and a mindset focused on constant growth. I also want to leave you with this. Football is a long-term game. If you take care of your body, mind, and passion for the sport, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Focus on these small wins and you feel fulfilled no matter where your journey takes you. I dive deeper into these topics and share exclusive resources with my newsletter subscribers. So if you're serious about improving your game, don't miss out and join using the link below. Further, if you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe and like the video. But most importantly, enjoy the beautiful game.